Should work. Hopefully. But hey everyone, I'm just going to start the other music. Because it's going to be very silent otherwise. Yeah, but yeah, we're probably just going to build two versions of the city towers. That. I am going to make this one taller though. I didn't copy the right base. Did you copy everything? Yes. And then remove it and button. And then now. Need to change my Pinterest thing around so that I have what I wanted. Oh wait, this is another tower. Well, I can leave this one for later. But how are you guys doing? Because I actually planned to stream yesterday, but then... well... got new medicine, and I was scared that I was going to have like side effects of that, so I was like, let's just wait one day. And I was just really tired yesterday. Can I actually do... no. That's... down. Then the next one. Like that. And then... no, I don't think that will look that great. So then I have the larger one. That's smaller, or at least looks smaller. That's in the right place. I think it's going to be very similar base-wise to that one. Let's make it one taller. I like tall towers, I can't lie. I'm a squirrel, so it's also not really a secret that I like building taller towers. And up. Bring this up. Need to get rid of that just so that I can see those. Then push this out. So happy with the Witcher music. Whoops. Doing this so that it doesn't placed on a weird height. I do think that most of these towers will have roofs though, because I mean Valhalla is supposed to be like Norwegian in climate, so snow is going to be a thing that I need to be wary of. Alright, now I need to find the middle of this tower. This. Actually, this is probably better. Up and up. It's always annoying building something with these pieces. Because they never seem to really work out too well. So then put maybe. So 1 meter. So and so lift this up a little bit up. Move that a little bit down. And then, yep. Then just make this work. So that's maybe a little bit too far. And How many of you... wanted to start making a sentence, and then my brain was just like, nope. Maybe I should just raise this forward so that I don't need this. They would most likely just have... There you can... I'm not explaining anything. I'm just clicking things and seeing if it works. But then explaining has never been my strong suit. I'm just building towers. So... like, when have I ever explained something correctly? Or slightly correctly? I can actually push this one further to the front. Then angle it. Can still. Well, that didn't work correctly. Give me these pieces. Hey Beatrice, how are you doing today? And then the roof, which should be a lot easier. Well, easier, it's one of those roofs. And where are they? going to need to go to the brewery just to get this color again. Is it still the walls? Yep. I hope to get 2 versions of towers done correctly. Although I will have to say that today is probably not going to be the longest. I lost the other stream, but I watched it later, and the walls look really cool. Yeah, I'm really happy that instead of like the palisades, like the wooden walls, I decided to, you know, just screw it. Let's build some stone walls. Because Valhalla looks a lot better with them. I should probably have done those edges later instead of how I did them now. I learned from everything. Even though this is something I actually learned pretty long ago, but my brain just refuses to do it correctly. So, one second, guys. alright. If you hear a vacuum in the background, that's why I couldn't put the mic on. Well, I could, but then you would hear it very up and close. At least I didn't forget to put the mic back on this time. Compared to the other stream where I literally forgot to put it back on for 5 minutes until Kane notified me. Yeah. I forgot, oh, it's Tuesday. That's the day that we vacuum. Whoops. Oh. But hey, sometimes that happens. Remove that one and put this back. Then that's wrong thing there. So there. It's always annoying to make these rooms or roofs. Just because it's a lot of like going back, deleting things, adding things. And then you think you're done and then you forgot something. Granted, the roofs do usually tend out looking good, but it's really tedious work. I also think that now that I listen to this music a bit more, it really also reminds me of Assassin's Creed 2, like the music that you would hear in Venice. It really reminds me a lot of that. Though that might just come from the singing part. And this one. Just push this back until they're only touching tips. I'm also writing on my world right now. Ooh, cool. Well, the past few days I haven't written too much, but then in the past few days I couldn't really focus too much either, so... Oh. Nope. Frick. So that should be correct. This is always a pain. Because you don't want this to stick out too much. Except for like the end. But Beatrice, what's your world about? Because I've heard you mention it a couple of times. Whoops. But I'm just really curious what your world is about. Need to so it's fancy, but I didn't develop it a lot yet. Same here. Are there holes? There are. Are they significant? Holes. So much of Planet Zoo is just hiding things. How is it that there are no holes here? Or almost no. So I'm just going to delete a lot of fits until there's 1 3 left. It's on World Anvil too, if it doesn't have much, but one kingdom is Vasily. Did I already say that I can't focus too much? But one kingdom is vaguely based on Nepal. Cool. That should be correct. Damn it. Need to delete the second row. With me it's all like European countries, but that's I think also because I'm most familiar with the history and all of that for those places. There's another reason why Osaru is just off the map. Because I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how to world build that one. But do you plan to like make it like a book or something, or is it just like a hobby? Alright, this tower needs wood. Yeah, so. Also, the funnest thing to add to a fantasy world, plague. Or war. Need to get my mic a little bit back. Maybe, I don't know, in the far future. Alright. But yeah, World Anvil then is really easy to just have this library without having like a desk scattered full of papers. Like, I used to have like a lot of sticky notes that inevitably would go everywhere. Like, I would open my window and it would be like a gust of wind, and then those notes would go everywhere. So I really quickly learned, like, alright, that's not the way to keep this all on track. Or on track. To keep it all in one place. And I still find sticky notes. I'm just like, where, how, what dark portal did you go through? And then they're usually about places that I completely forgotten about. It's cool to find those back, but then you're also just like, how? Where did you go? Move this, nope, there. Again, greatest tip for building a plant zoo. Use different materials. Because otherwise your buildings can end up very monotonous or monotone. That looks correct. That looks correct. And hub. I used to do this on my phone and then forgot about it. Then you would probably have like all of these notes in your phone, and then you'd forget about a certain thing, and then you come back to it like a few weeks later and you're like, why? What is this? I really like this tower. And I've since, like, I first said, oh, Torstead is not really, like, it's not of much strategic value, but I think that's mostly like on like an international scale. Torstead isn't, you know, it's a town. The regional is probably like the biggest town around, or the most important, because the town doesn't have to be huge to be important. Stumpy. Like, a town can be tiny, but if it has like a lot of gold mines, then it's still an important place. And then I'm just going to use the same thing for windows. So, oh. Just that these ones extend a little bit further outwards. Sure, there's some capitals in real life that are smaller than some others. I mean, what was it? Well, the Netherlands in a way has like 3 capitals. You have Rotterdam, which is the economic center. You have Amsterdam, which is the actual capital, but then the government sits in The Hague. So, Netherlands is a very confusing place in some cases. But regionally, this is like the biggest city, but then I already have another, well, the capital, not Valhalla is its own little kingdom, but then the rest of the continent that Valhalla is set on also has a lot of tiny little kingdoms, and I never understood what is the difference between like a petty kingdom and just a small kingdom. But yeah, the largest city all around I've named All Frost. And that's the biggest city. But it's not the most powerful one, because that makes it fun. Like hey Mango, how you doing today? This tower actually went a lot faster than that one. I'm just going to see how this one looks. The colors of the roof don't match precisely, but let's just remove this tower. Then you will get like a couple of towers like this one. This one is going to be a big tower, so that's going to be an interesting one. There's a wall thing here. It's just, again, this wall is purely there just to think how it's going to look. I think this tower needs to then be like higher. Also, I cleaned up this cliff side because if you have city walls, you're not going to allow forests to grow near it, because then you don't have a field of vision when it comes to enemy soldiers. This probably would be a trading point in Valhalla. Probably would be. I mean, it has control over this bridge, so it's probably that. And it's just strategically wise, it's on a hill, cliffs on one side, well, 3 sides actually, so it's just very easily defendable. Doesn't really have the space though to grow any further. Well, it can, but probably won't. So, come back here. But since it's going to be the only actual town, the rest in Valhalla is going to be just villages. I am going to really spend my time here. Yeah, it can only extend upwards. And then this... Well, the edges of Valhalla right now are flat, but they're supposed to be mountainous, so... It can only grow upwards the mountains in, or actually upwards in that the buildings get taller and taller. Which is actually what I'm planning to do with Khan al-Bashar. Because Khan al-Bashar really doesn't have any building space, so the buildings there are going to be 4 meters, or 4 meters, 4 stories high at least. But Valhalla, it's only a regional town, so it's not going to have too much when it comes to that. Now I'm just going to be... Well, this is not lazy because I already built it, but just give me these pieces. Let me drag them down. Oh wait. But then in a way, the buildings in Valhalla are already a little bit taller. Just going to move that. It also makes a lot of sense to just Like, the higher a building goes, especially back then, the broader the base is, because they didn't, you know, they didn't have access to concrete and reinforced steel and such, or steel reinforced concrete. So if a building gets taller, you will inevitably see that it gets 1 second. To walk around both in Ken al-Bashar and Valhalla. And get shanked in Ken al-Bashar. Again, I'm really amazed that none of the Ken al-Bashar videos have been demonetized. Because you constantly hear that, like, oh, I got demonetized because I said fuck or something like that. I've literally talked about human sacrifice and I've never gone demonetized. YouTube is weird. Although I also don't market my videos as, like, child friendly. They are marketed as for adults. Even though I sometimes sound like a 5-year-old. Because I can't form correct sentences. Anyway, raising this up so that I can see the base of it again. Pushing it out and up. So but yeah, Ken al-Bashar is like at most, well, it depends on where you are. In some places you can have 30 frames, in most places you can't. I think we're just going to build this tower today. Because I planned for this to be like a shorter stream already. Actually, let's do it like... so I'm just going to finish this tower. And Thursday we will have another stream. Hopefully finishing the remaining of the walls. Well, we also have 2 gatehouses, so we all know that I like to take my time with gatehouses. But I might take you up on that walking through Valhalla, because I want to just put on the snow and walk through the place. If only this thing worked as I wanted. So then it doesn't look as elvish or dwarfish. It's a little bit of a gap there, but it's probably going to be covered with plants and such. So oh wait, one thing, where is it? Indian signpost. It's the only one that is, I think, fully made out of woods. No, not there. One that gives you advantage of vision. Yeah, they probably need taller towers on this because they need to reach this. But here I want to have like a really big tower. So maybe here instead, to have it really extended away from it. I really like how towery it has become. Extended. You can almost literally just fire on this on the village of Vindholm. I've forgotten the name of it. I know it's something with Vindholm. But yeah, there's going to be a huge tower here. There's going to be a few without roofs. But I really like it so far. Like, I don't want to have like a lot of huge towers. I'm going to really quickly just... Because I'm probably going to use the same base for the other towers. The ones without a roof. It's the ones... as these ones. But just so that I have like a clear idea, I can almost legitimately just use this, but I'm not going to. But just so that I can give myself a few ideas. That tower is definitely going to be replaced with something without a roof. So don't worry, these towers aren't going to remain. And I mean, I can even like just... Not with that tower probably. Like a lot of these towers are supposed to have roofs. It's just interesting to like think like, oh, which ones shouldn't have. Because this one is literally just not going to have a tower just for the sake of what's going to go on behind it. No, now you have one side that's really filled with those smaller towers. Or those... They would have like a tower here though. Because surrounding gatehouses, there would be towers that really push forward a bit so that you can fire easily in front of the gate. Just for the sake of what I'm planning, there's going to be a huge tower there. Just going to push this down. Just copying that. Although I need to make sure that I don't turn it into a citadel or something like that. I really like the small gate. It doesn't really do anything. Nah, this needs to be even. Just imagine like more of these roofs peeking over the walls. I did remove like the entire like... Oh wait, no, it doesn't change that much actually. But can I pick this one up? Because there is going to be a house that's going to be like here. I'm using the blacksmith because it has a similar roof. This is really just sketching out. Like... And then there's going to be a house there. Probably a house again like this. Probably smaller though. But especially that house, like that one needs to be there. Maybe even... No, I won't be able to fit another house here. Unless I make it like really small. All I have to make sure is that this doesn't get blocked. Anyway, deleting all those now. I'm going to just do the rock work for this wall, because I don't think this wall is going to change that much. Most. This is like the most that will happen to this wall. Yeah, I think that works actually better. Yep, everything. This is also why towers are easy when it comes to buildings. You can hide things in them. We're going to keep this tower because I like it. Alright, this is a screenshot place. You're going to see the camera freak out for a bit. But it's just to show what has been changed. This wall should probably also be... Nah, I like that wall really high, and you just need to do rock work underneath it. This all came to be because of this giant brewery. Although with all the houses added, because there's going to be houses like 2 here, 3 here, or 2, I don't know how much space I have here. Couple of houses here. This is going to be mostly devoid of houses, maybe one here and here. And then you have the city center, or town center here. And maybe, really maybe a castle here. But I really like this place. Like, sometimes you don't really... you don't really see how a place is coming together until that one point where it all starts to click. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys here. Thursday we won't be building on the walls. I will be building some buildings because I think otherwise the streams will get very monotonous with me just building towers. So I'm going to leave you guys here. Thursday we're going to build a small house to fill in this space. And yeah, I wish all of you a lovely evening. Bye bye guys.